First of all, can you just talk about how, just disconcerting it must be to see a teammate go down like that and get immobilized and taken out on a stretcher?
Yeah, it's one of the worst things. Injuries in football are, it's what you fear the most. And to see a guy get carted off, hopefully it's all precautionary stuff and he's doing okay. Because I saw him moving and I saw him standing after the play, and then I think he went down after that. So hopefully it's just precautionary and he's doing all right, but they just want to take every, metric. But it's tough to finish a practice after you see something like that.
And they did say that he does have feeling in all of his extremities, taken to the hospital just for further evaluation. So how much of a relief is it to know that he does have
Yeah, it's good. Like I said, we kind of saw him moving around out there, so we were hoping it wasn't too serious, but anytime they bring the stretch board out and put someone down, it's great to hear that he's moving and they're just doing extra tests now to make sure everything's okay.
To piggyback off what you were kind of just finishing up with your statement, how difficult is it for the group to get going again after something like that? It just seemed like the wind was taken out of the practice.
Yeah, he's one of your guys, and unfortunately it happens in games where you have to kind of pick it back up, and it's never easy. But we tried to get some more good plays in, try to get some more good periods in, and just finish the best we could.
Do you have to give yourself a talk when that happens to get back motivated?
Yeah. You say a little prayer for Chad and wish him the best, and then you go out there and just do your fundamentals and play the game the right way, so you're taking care of yourself as well out there.
So do you know Quentin Nelson at all? Do you have any sort of relationship?
Yeah, we met at the Pro Bowl, and he's a good guy. He's a lineman at heart. He's funny. He's easygoing. It's just the lineman way. He fits in well with other linemen, and but he plays mean. He's a good player, and it was fun to watch him a little bit last year.
Did he pick your brain at all?
Yeah, we talked a lot. It was me, him, and Marshall Yonda were all there for the AFC, and we had some good chats. And we talked about some of the guys we go against. We talked about those things. What we need to do to kind of help each other out a little bit in certain situations. But it'll be fun. Hopefully, I can see him for a little bit. I know we practice different sides of the ball, but it'll be cool to see those guys.
Having had a chance to assess that first drive from the other night, it was only one drive, but it was the only drive you played, and it was also a pretty good drive. And, what happened that made that thing work, and what does it mean for where the offense might go?
Yeah, we've done a lot of 2-minute this camp, and we wanted to come out and get a live look at it, and you don't always get that. Even when you play the third preseason game where you play a whole half, you might not get the ball with 2 minutes to go to get that 2-minute drive. So it's one of those things where we decided a couple days before, Freddie's like, hey, we're going 2 minute out the gate. We'll see how it goes. And I think Baker was making the calls, what he wanted to throw, what he wanted to do. And we marched down the field, and there was good protection. Guys were getting open, and it was as crisp as you could ask for the first drive of the season. They weren't throwing crazy blitzes at us or anything like that. It was pretty much a 4-man rush, so we were picking that up. But it was fun to get out there and get a score. You always want to get a score when you're only going to play one drive, make you feel a lot better at the game.
Have you noticed that even though there wasn't regular blitzing and surprise blitzes and that sort of thing, have you noticed that Mayfield is really good at adjusting to surprises?
Yeah, he's learned a lot. I think last year it took him a while to understand, they're blitzing from the left or they're blitzing from the right, and I need to adjust the protection. And this year he's either adjusting the protection or he's making the quick throw that gets the ball out of his hands. And he's always been good at that, getting the ball out of his hands. But he can move in the pocket as well, which sometimes when you have an unblocked, nickel or someone off the edge, you just need to step up a little bit or move to make that big throw. And he's shown the ability to do that for sure.
You've known Austin for a long time now. What kind of advice are you giving him as he goes through this competition and the battle, and Eric's getting the reps now?
Yeah, just keep working at it. It's the NFL, and you never know when it's your time to get called. And he's getting some consistency playing center right now. He's been the backup center the last few days. You guys have seen that, but just keep improving. Work on one thing every day. You can't work on 10 different things because you're not going to improve on anything. So work on one thing every day and have fun with it. I told him, I'm like, you're a good football player. Like have fun playing the game. Don't stress about things. And, he goes out there and when he has fun and moves around, I thought he did some really good things in the game when he was playing center. He made some good calls and had some good blocks. And it's just keep working on that, keep developing that. And he keeps set up. He's not in a bad mood by any means. He's still working, and he knows he's going to get a shot at some point.
I mean, you never struggled with starting, right? I mean, you walked right into the starting job. Do you see how that would be tough to keep up the confidence, especially, I mean, high pick and a lot of expectations for you?
Yeah, it's one of those things. Everybody comes into different situations, but I think the good players, he's a mentally tough guy. He was a walk-on at Nevada. He sat his way at Nevada, and he grew, and I think he's just using the time to just keep picking his brain, and we really don't know what's going to happen. We still have 3 preseason games. We still got a lot of practice to go, and he's gonna be all right. He's still on the right path, and I know he's focused on just trying to improve one thing every day.
How do you your transition from tackle to left guard was he's going to right guard. Is that complicating it at all?
It's definitely a little different. I think he played left tackle his whole career at Nevada, and then so he's been on the left side for 5 years, and then you kind of switch sides. It's different. I was never asked to play on the right side, so I don't really know from experience. I played a little right side in college, but it's a whole different ballgame. I know personally for me, I feel more comfortable on the left. Just I don't know if that's because of repetition or just my body's built that way, but there's definitely differences. You're putting your right hand down, you're posting, with your left foot on the right side. You're bracing with your right foot on the right side. So it's definitely different. It takes time to learn that.
How do you think Cush is doing with this opportunity? He's been the guy for more than a week now.
Yeah, he's been around the NFL, so he has some experience. He has some game experience. He played a little bit more in the game, and he showed some good stuff though. He's a good pass protector. He works hard, and he has a great attitude every day. He comes and he has fun with it, and he loves playing the game of football. But he's done well so far, and I think he's getting the reps right now because he has.
Do you hope that it's solved sooner than later? Like, do you have, because I know that nonverbal communication is big in the footwork and all that.
Yeah, I mean, if he's the guy, and him and Hub can get as many of these reps as possible. But if someone else shows up and says, hey, I'm the best right guard for this team, we want to get that guy in there as well.
Were you still at the shuffleboard camp?
That's what Kush said? Technically, it's probably JC, but I have my days. I think me and Kush make a good team. So when we play together, we usually do all right. But
And then who's on the other team?
it'll be JC and Witzman or JC and Corbett. It's usually one of us 5 that play. But JC's probably, unfortunately, I have to say this, the best at shuffleboard.
You talked about the difference.
Tank tops?
No, he said he got a bunch of tank tops. He's a little selfish with his tank tops, so we don't get anything yet.
You talked about the difference between right guard and left guard, and here Austin's playing center, which strikes me as a way different position than either guard. So how difficult would the transition from either guard to center be?
Yeah, it's tough. I've played center my freshman year of high school, and that was it. So that's all I really know about that. I know things happen a lot faster. I know you're not even faster than that guard. You got to work both ways off the line of scrimmage. Pass protection, there's a little bit more double teams because you're usually working with a guard or someone else coming in. The good thing for Corbett at center, though, he played the last 10 weeks of the season in practice at center because JC wasn't able to practice last year. So he did get some reps there. And so he might feel the most comfortable at center right now because he actually got to play that last year.
Were you still the left tackle a year ago at this time?
Yes. Yeah.
So memories. So where the line is now at this stage of camp, are you guys in better shape right now than maybe you were a year ago at this time? Or?
Yeah, I think we have 4 positions for sure locked down. And last year, we had Kevin was banged up at this time too, so we didn't know how long Kevin was going to be out for. So we kind of had a few. I know Spencer Durango, Corbett, JC, Hub was in there, and then I was playing left tackle last year. And now I think we have 4 positions for sure locked in. And we have experience with each other. Hub's played in this offense. Me and Greg have played 8 games together. Me and JC have going on 32 now. I think there's a lot more chemistry with us as an O-line, so I would say we're ahead of where we were last year.
I think people look at this offense and quarterback settled, and the running backs and the receivers. You guys have a lot of skill positions locked down with really good players. If people look at this offense and say, well, is the line going to be good enough for this? You were just talking about you feel like you have 4 positions locked down. Do you feel confident? What's your confidence level that don't worry about us, the 5 of us are going to do our job?
Yeah, I think we're preparing every day. I think we showed last year. I know Kevin Zeitler, he's a heck of a player, and we're obviously going to miss that. He's one of the best guards in the NFL. But I think the guys that we have, the coaches we have here, we're going to put out a line that's going to be able to protect Baker and help him out. And I think the scheme, I think Baker getting rid of the ball, I think our weapons on offense, all of it's going to work together. I think we have a plan. And I'm confident in the guys I'm playing next to that we're going to be ready to go.
And so when everyone saw the way you guys protected the second half of last year, even if you take Zeitler out of that, but all the other things that are in place, the other experienced guys that are here, the scheme, the skill guys, you think you can play at that level, even taking a guy like Zeitler out of that equation?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Zeitler is a heck of a player, and it's going to be tough to replace that guy. But I think we're building something here where we're going to be able to have 5 guys ready to go and play at that level.
Do you like or hate going against another team in practice?
Do I what?
Like or not like?
A little bit of both. It's always good to go against someone new. You know, I think that's good. You see a different defense. It's getting tiring seeing, Steve Wilkes' blitzes everywhere, and, you're hitting the same guys every day. So that's good. It's a little different because it's a little bit more, you don't know how they're, and at least for me, we're protecting each other at some points. Like, I'm not going to bend my guy back. He's not going to bend me back. You don't know how the Colts are playing that. So it's one of those things where you kind of got to get a feel for it. But it's exciting. We get to see kind of where we're at. They're a good playoff team from a year ago, and we kind of see where we're at going against them.
But you look at their D-line at all?
I have not watched film on them yet. I think we'll probably go a little bit in that tonight and tomorrow just to kind of see where they're at.
Were you in practices with the Bills and the Bucks?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel like you benefited more from those than a preseason game, or is a preseason game more valuable?
The Bills, I feel like there was like a ton of fights that week or something like that, and we didn't get as much practice time as we wanted to. And then the Bucks, it was like 110 degrees that day. I just remember, honestly, it was the one time in my life where I was like, I need to make it through this practice. Like, all I could think about was playing the next play because it was so hot. But I do think there's a place for it. I think it's something that guys are going to get better for. I think if you just had to pick one, the preseason game, it's live action. It matters. Every play matters. If you get beat here, they're not going to hit your quarterback in practice. But in the game, it's like, hey, this stuff matters. So I would have to probably choose the game for the more important.
Joe Thomas, when he comes through here, is he a distraction with the NFL Network microphone, or is he like a mascot now?
Absolute distraction. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's a good guy. He actually did a really good job of, he did not want to interfere at all. He walked around a little bit the first day, but he wanted to make sure he was out of the way and, let the coaches have their time and stuff. But it's good because, I had him for 4 years where I could pick his brain and ask him questions and kind of see where he's at. And I told some of the young guys, hey, like, he wants to help you guys. Like, ask him something, try and be around for him. I know he's always welcome here.